When you're using computers, you probably use a lot of different devices without thinking of them as separate devices. Think about when you sit down at a desktop computer. You move the mouse, you type on the keyboard, you start asking the computer to do things, and then it starts responding with its screen. All of that seems like one fluid, cohesive unit. Well, embedded systems, though they are computers, are really made up of a bunch of different devices, and it might be a little bit harder to think of it as a cohesive unit. So instead, we think of them as separate devices, each with their own roles. You're going to want to think about them as input devices and output devices. Input devices are things that collect real-world data and send it into the processor. In desktop world, that's your keyboard or your mouse. That's sending information into the computer. In embedded world, those are sensors that collect things like temperature or height or changes in humidity. Then you have output devices, which are again still connected to your computer but are going to change based on the instructions you send to them. In desktop world, that's your screen. When you type or move your mouse, what's displayed on your screen changes. In embedded system world, maybe that's an LED that turns on or a motor that moves something. In order to send information in and out of your device, you're going to use something called the GPIO pins. This stands for General Purpose Input-Output. And pins are these metal prongs where you physically attach these input and output devices. The pins can register electrical signals, so they can tell when something is being passed, meaning an electrical signal is high, or when nothing's being passed, meaning no signal at all, or low. You can find the pins here on the edge of your Raspberry Pi 3 board. They're the sort of metal prongs aligned in 2 rows. And this is where you're going to physically connect all of your circuits. The basic behavior of sending information in, making decisions, and then producing output is the same whether you're programming a desktop computer or an embedded device. The only difference is it seems a little bit more disjointed in embedded systems world, so you're going to have to make sure that you're paying close attention to when you connect these devices and how they actively communicate.